Welcome here to the stream, and I'm gonna pull up some things here on the computer. Give me a moment. You may have heard the echo there in the background. Give me just a second. Just gonna set up the settings here for the stream on the computer here. Give me a moment and we'll get started. Well, basically, guys, I'm doing a slider test here. Let me change the title here. Steelers at Chargers. Monday night preview. Slider test. Alright. Alright, guys, we're about to get started here. Let me go to the actual stream on the computer here so I can see any of your comments and things like that. Alright, here we go. And basically, guys, what I'm doing here, man, is I'm just running a quick slider test. You know, I have a different theory in terms of sliders, and this is just my theory. You know, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but this is why you do test. Shout outs to all of the slider people out there, you know, some of the main guys, you know, Versus, of course, being one of the pioneers, you know, guys like Charter 04, a lot of guys, you know, guys on OS. There's so many of you guys that I can't name. Everyone knows, you know, the Armor and Sword and Matt L10 or Matt L10 or however I'm saying that. You know, a lot of you guys, you know who you are that does sliders. Shout outs to all of you guys. Now, my theory, I'm gonna just show you what I'm doing here. I have a theory as to what these actually mean. And the reason why I have this theory is even Versus, you know, he did some sliders on NBA 2K16 where he turns a lot of things up to 100. You know, not necessarily the success things and things like that, and I know basketball is a little different. But I kind of feel that these sliders are the same way in Madden. So if you take a look at them, you know, basically this says, you know, the accuracy, you know, how effective or how, you know, accurate they will be. I'll go ahead and leave that on 50. Pass blocking, the slider adjusts the effective pass blocking, how effective it will be. I feel like we should start turning these things up, and I feel like rating should still matter. And this is the test that I'm doing. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because I'm starting to find out that the more, you know, more and more you play with a lot of these things at default, you're getting some of the same results. I've used all kinds of slider sets. I've used Versus sliders. I've used mine. I've used Smitty's. I've used Charter 04 and Armor and Sword. All of these guys. And I'm getting some of the same results. So what I'm really trying to find out is it really, you know, what are these sliders really doing? Because some people have odd numbers. You know, like they might have accuracy at 17. Or they may have tackling at 3. You know what I mean? I just think it's so much disparity within the community. I'm just going to try to use basic logic based on what these definitions are saying and see whether or not the game will play the way it's supposed to. Now, 2 areas to pay attention to: run blocking. That's one I'm definitely going to pay attention to, particularly for the user. I may end up turning that down to 50, as well as pass blocking for the user as well. I want to see, you know, if I'm still getting pressured. I also want to see if I can get pressure, you know, against the CPU. And obviously things like interceptions, you don't want to turn that up to 100 because I think it would get ridiculous. But, you know, that's for further testing as well. All right, so that's all this is, guys. Just a simple roster test. Slider test. And hopefully you enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get into the game. You know, and since we're playing the Chargers on Monday, I thought it was fitting, you know, to definitely go ahead and allow that to be the game that I show you. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and get started.
We're underway here. Jones got it. And he's tackled right at the 30-yard line.
You know, because it's like I said, there's so many sliders out here, man. You just it's hard
The
to
Chargers
really
offense
determine
is
what's
led by
doing what.
quarterback Phillip Rivers, who holds virtually every San Diego passing record.
We have high expectations for Phillip Rivers. He usually delivers in control of the offense. You know, and also too, Jim, why does it work? You know,
All
he's
right, so
full of
let's play some
personality.
defense
I think
here.
he rubs off on his teammates, and they play with a little bit
And
of
I've made some
excitement.
adjustments to my roster, you know, trying to match what we currently are running, as well as, you know, who I think should be in what position.
That picks up 7.
That's good to see right there. The CPU is getting some good run blocking. As you can see, I have Ross Cockrell right there. I think this should be our lineup right now. We should have Cockrell starting opposite of William Gay and putting, I would love to see Boykin on the inside. You know, I actually prefer to see Boykin in the nickel, but that's how he played when he was at Philly. So that's where I would like to see him at. You know, he was very successful in the nickel, so that's where I would love our lineup to get to.
Rivers has got it in the gun. And there's Floyd.
And I like Antoine Blake, man, but Antoine Blake to me is a liability on the outside. That's my opinion. You know, I think he's too small out there to try to bang, you know, with most of the top flight receivers in the league. He's just too short. You know, and you know, in today's NFL, you know, quarterbacks know how to throw that ball up, and I just think it puts him at somewhat of a disadvantage. And then, of course, you know, Cortez Allen is still dealing with his injury. You know, he's getting better. But like I said, man, my dream lineup for the Steelers, I think secondary-wise, I would love to see Ross Cockrell. He's proven himself already that he's pretty decent out there. Let him start opposite William Gay, and then allow, you know, Boykin to play the fumble. Allow Boykin to play inside in the nickel spot. And then, you know, maybe you could bring in Antoine Blake. You know, bring him in. Let's take a look at that play real quick when we get to it. You could bring Antoine Blake in, you know, as a sub-package guy. You know, maybe move him to strong safety, you know, because he's a hitter. He's not a cover man. So maybe we can move him into strong safety, or like I said, you know, use him in sub-package football, things like that. All right. So as you can see, guys, just showing you a couple things. You know, even though I got coverage up to 100, you know, in my opinion, you're not going to see overbearing coverage. You're still going to see guys get open, like he is open. But, you know, in my opinion, this is NFL open. The guys don't always get, you know, open by miles. You know, most of the time it's a half step or what have you. Nice tackle there. Ball comes out, and we're able to pick it up. So pretty cool to see that. And as you can see, man, I'm running with Vic because, like I said, you know, I'm trying to replicate it the best I can as how it will look on Monday. You know, it's just all in fun. You know, like I said, doing these slider tests, man, and, you know, it's not all about putting the best guys out there. It's about seeing how the game will play and play out. I like that run right there. As you can see, even with the tackle being all the way up to 100, Le'Veon was still able to, you know, bounce off of that first guy right there, or bounce off of contact. And this is, you know, a test that I've done in the past, man. You know, I still feel like the game will play, you know, to play solid as far as not being overpowering when you turn things up to 100.
And he is tackled at the 44.
And like I said, man, it's just one of those toss-ups. You just never know exactly. You never know exactly how these things work. And I think that's been a struggle and a fight throughout the community. You know, for several years in Madden. You know, we're trying to figure out what do these sliders do. I know personally there was a lot of adjustment done to the sliders this year. You know, Clint Oldenburg, for one, did a lot of work of fixing some of the problems, some of the bugs. So that's why, you know, I'm just taking it back to basics. I'm not using the same philosophy that we used in previous years. All right, let's take a look at that, guys. So I wanted to see what Weddle would do right there.
Good job.
And like I said, man, you guys should pretty much know how I do things now. When I do slider tests, man, it's not about me, you know, per se trying to win. It's more so me testing situations and seeing how guys react and stuff like that, and If I win, I do. If I don't, I don't. Definitely love how, Weddle keeps his eyes on the ball. We need to see more of this where guys are not standing still. I hate the flat-footed situations. You're still going to see that in the game, of course, but that's just, programming. You got to get it to where these guys are not standing flat-footed. It's just an eyesore. Oh, great punt. Wow.
Well covered by the punt team.
I hate that animation right there, too, when they're trying to pick up the, recover the ball. They both do the same thing. So we got to get away, man. I've talked to the devs about this a lot. We got to get away from some of these, like static animations or generic, scripted things. We definitely need better player movement overall, and just, the way these guys move and behave on the field. Oh, look at that. Y'all see that? This is what tackling that 100, folks.
That was an awesome job by the running back there.
Check out Melvin Gordon. Boom. Brushes him off, keeps going.
That time the running back was
and see, like I said, man, my theory has always been, and speaking with the devs, some of the guys, some of the engineers have kind of stated this as well. Sliders should just be increasing like chances or probability of things happening. It shouldn't. Oh, Jesus. And what was let's take a look at that real quick. What was Mike Mitchell doing right there? Sliders should basically increase opportunity or, allow things to play out, the success rate, I guess you would say. So I guess my point is, what I'm trying to say is, my thought process would be like, this stuff like this right here is a game thing. This is a game issue with the game that we got to get this stuff out of here. Like, why would he do this? Even if he's not going to make that play. Now, understand what he's doing, though. What he's doing right here is they're replicating him getting in position to chase down this guy after he catches the ball. But you understand what I'm saying, how this is an eyesore? And this is what I'm talking about, player movement. These things have to be corrected in this game. It's, it's a minor issue, but I understand what they're doing here. They're basically allowing him to get his pursuit angle. Which in some cases in real life you would say, well, if you might do that, if you know the guy's going to catch it, you might back up and try to chase him down. But the way it looked right there, the way it was replicated is just not, it's just not the best. Excuse me.
The offense is set at the line.
I'll get back to what I was saying about the sliders in just a second.
Gordon's going to take the handoff now.
So what I was saying is, my theory and what I've discussed with the devs is the sliders should be, let's say if you turn pass coverage up to 100, right? What that should mean is that 100% of the time, these guys are going to try to cover, and rating should still separate the success. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have a guy that's 50 awareness, 50 press, 50 man coverage, 50 zone coverage, he still shouldn't be that successful, even though you have it up to 100. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm still going to test out. Like right now I'm just showing you the gameplay, but I'm going to do some further testing now. I'm going to create a player and, give him the worst stats possible and just, see if certain things work, like things like catching. If I turn catching up to 100 and this guy has like a 1 or 0 for catching, will he still catch the ball, and how often will he catch the ball? That's something I'm going to test out. And, once I do that, I might even do that later on today. Of course, right now I'm on my lunch break. But I might do that later on today, and if I'm able to do that today, I'll bring that to you, bring those results, and let you know exactly what happened. So stay tuned, man. Control Shazier here, kind of watch Woodhead.
Scanning the field.
Oh. I like that evasive move right there by Phillip Rivers, and it looks like I took his option away.
Too long for both of these defenses to assert themselves. This already has the look of a game that's going to wind up being won in the trenches.
Well, we found out talking to both of these teams during the week, they're sick of all
yeah,
this
it's a live stream, man. You know, streaming straight to YouTube now.
Both teams have done that so far.
You know, I'll be doing that primarily. I'm probably done with streaming to Twitch. You know, there's really no benefit to me other than, you know, maybe trying to draw more people to my channel. But now that you can stream directly from the PS4 to YouTube, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I used to do it through the Elgato software anyway, but it's a lot easier, man, in my opinion, just doing it from the console. You know, I can use the microphone here instead of using a separate mic and all that kind of stuff, so it's all good. Should have cut that inside. And like I said, guys, I'm going to keep an eye on run blocking for the user. You know, I need to find out if having it on 100 is going to be too much. You know, I might need to keep that or turn it back down to default. But we'll see. You know, we'll keep an eye on it and see if the stats are ridiculous. Look at Vic. He's not even under center. See, now let's look at that play. Now, things like this is what makes me feel like that it will probably be okay at 100. Because like I said, I feel like my theory is, even though you turn things up to 100, that still shouldn't mean that it's 100% going to shut you down. What it should mean is that, you know, these guys are going to play according to their skill 100% of the time. That's what I would hope. Now, there's a couple things wrong with this play, but first and foremost, as you can see, it's not overpowered as far as not, you know, being able to get past guys, because they allow him to beat that double team, and I'm unable to get the first down. Now, look, the problems in the game right here is, what in the world are these guys doing? Look at it. This is what I'm talking about, man. You know, these are the things I talk to the devs about. These are the things we have to fix. Player interactions, player AI, and all of that stuff needs to be, you know, more, in my opinion, more realistic. Now, look at this. This is not a play action or anything. Why wouldn't Butler turn and go after Le'Veon Bell? What's he doing? And I also don't like this. I mean, I know what he's trying to do, but this is what I'm talking about when I say in motion, the game needs a lot of work. Because nobody does this in real life. Teo would actually, you know, right now he's going towards Le'Veon, so he should continue to go towards him. Just because I juke, like there's almost like that juke move and his reaction is tied together. And this is the stuff that you hear me talk about a lot. We gotta untie these interactions. We got to make them independent. Allow these players to independently, you know, allow the animations to be independent, not tied to anything else or any other reaction. Allow these things to flow freely. And that's when you get a fully dynamic game. And that goes for any sports, you know, sports genre, not just football. That's what you should shoot for, man. In any of these games, you got to allow the animations to just flow freely. You know, stop chaining things together. Stop, you know, having this two-man sequences and stuff like that, because that's when the game, though it might look good in some instances, it's not dynamic. And that's what, you know, we all are searching for.
Brings it in. That's his first reception today.
Hard to guard these tight ends now in the NFL. It really puts the defense in like a quandary. Do we use a big guy? Well, if the big guy's not fast enough. We use a small guy. Well, he's not big enough. They get pushed around. I don't know what you're going to do. Just make sure you're a good tackler after they catch you.
But, you know, that just goes to show you guys, man, you know, there's so many more things that I still want to see in this game. There's so much left to do, you know, while some people feel like, oh, it's there. Like, nah, man, let's see if Vic can make this throw. Nope. like how Flowers reacted to that. But yeah, there's so many things, man, left on the table. So much left to do in the game.
After the incompletion,
it's getting there. You know, it's getting there in terms of they're starting to add foundation stuff. Now it's time to tie these things together and add those minor details of the foundation that will. Oh, that was interesting. Now, if this was the real NFL, that may not have been a catch. Let's take a look at it in real time.
That's what you call a takeaway. The defense just makes such a hard hit that they take the football away from the
bang, bang.
And they recover the fumble.
Now, I do like how Manti Te'o, I keep calling him Te'o. I'm thinking about Junior Seau. I do like how Manti Te'o threw him off of his route right there. That was good to see.
So do something different on the offensive side and take advantage of two very average defenses.
And incomplete. Didn't get his feet down.
And once again, for you guys that may come into the stream late, you know, again, when I do slider tests, you know, I feel like I have to say this all the time, because you always get that one person criticizing you. You know, it's all about me testing things. It's not so much about me trying to bury the computer. It's not about win-loss. It's more so me trying to test scenarios and things like that. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. And I am playing on All-Pro. And at halftime, I will show you guys again the slider sets, so you can see exactly what I'm doing.
Looking to go down the field here. Brings it in for the score.
Now that was crazy. I probably should have kept running with him with the linebacker. See, but I thought the safety would get over there. That was interesting. That's a nice play to take a look at. What I really like about that, man, is I like how the CPU stuck with that play. So, you know, the CPU controlled Phillip Rivers. That's where he wants to go, and he sticks with it. And look, as soon as I come off of him, or as soon as he sees the separation, he throws it. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. We have to eliminate this. Even though this is not going to matter, but I just hate to see when they stop like that. This one is not too bad, but he's just standing there. You know, we've seen him just stand there before in the game. Now, another area that needs to be improved. Now, keep in mind, ratings should dictate these things, but simple technique. This is your only threat. He's streaking down the field. Why don't you know, he's not like he's going to run a post route here. You know, well, he is running basically in the seam. What I mean, not a post route, but it's not like he's going to run, you know, a corner route. He's going to break off and go to your right. In this scenario, I want safeties to start recognizing what's happening. Jump this man, or help the linebacker bracket him. So what he should be doing is he should start running towards, you know, coming over in this area a little bit and start cheating and take that away. But instead, look at what he does. The ball is thrown, and now he's trying to get there, and he still never really gets over there. So these are the little behavior things I want to see improve in the game. You know, take a chance, cheat, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. And also, while I say that, it shouldn't be 100% success. Ratings should determine what guys can do that, or skills. You know, start adding skills in the game. So you might have a guy that's more skilled in determining or making decisions. You might have a Palomalu type of guy that feels like, oh, I know where the ball is going, I'm going to go play that. Or Ed Reed. If he gets burned, he gets burned. But I don't want to go and replay and see stuff like that where it looks like there's no real effort by an NFL DB. Plus, Will Allen is way better than that. Now, Will Allen is actually a pretty solid cover safety. He's already shown that actually this year. You know how he picked off Nick Foles in the Rams game, late in the game, to seal that game. He ran his eyes, he played center field, he went and got the ball, and that's what I'm talking about. A lot left to do, man. It's a whole lot left to do in the game, but, you know, let's get in there. And here we go, get Al's right back. Right in the scene. Now, as I look at the replay of that on my computer screen, you know, since it's a little bit behind, I can see in that case, safety didn't have a chance to get over there because I threw it so quick and I threw a bullet. So in that scenario, maybe I'll take a look at that when the game is over, go back into the highlights. But in that kind of scenario, I can understand getting beat right there, safety not being able to get there. But with the Will Allen situation, he had plenty of time to cheat over and try to take that deep route away from Antonio Gates. Instead, he sits there and watches him catch the ball. So those kind of things have to be eliminated. Anthony Nelson, actually, I don't think so. I haven't played, to be honest with you, I haven't played any games online outside of Draft Champions. My online league hasn't started yet, as well as I have not so far played online ranked or anything like that. But, oh, Simmons almost got there. But I will say this, I don't remember whether or not I've had any holding calls for me or against me in Draft Champions. I don't think so, though. I don't recall too many. I think there has been some penalty. Like I believe I've gotten a pass interference, but I can't be sure, to be honest with you. Excuse me. Now, the fact that I say that kind of validates your point. If I can't even remember if I have been penalized, then obviously they're not happening enough online, so that's a good point.
The Steelers defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go
might be an issue there.
Take the snap from the gun.
Oh, great catch.
Makes the catch. The Chargers are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here.
Beautiful catch. That's a catch that Malcolm Floyd can make.
Gainer. Now it's time to back it up. Rivers out of the gun. And the flag is down.
Ooh, I like that tackle interaction right there. That might be defensive holding because I roughed up that receiver. Oh, wow. I called it on the offense.
Penalty is,
I thought they was going to call it on me because I was controlling Will Allen out there and I kind of bumped Johnson. I thought I was going to get hit with it.
First down at the 45. Steve Johnson hauls it in. The Chargers will take a second here to talk.
See, like right there. Let's go take a look at that real quick, guys. Now, I'm going to leave the cursor on so you can tell it was me. Excuse me, man. I got a little tickle in my throat, man. Keep coughing. I apologize that, y'all. As you can see, now this is user control. Now look, this is what I want the CPU to start doing for safeties who have good awareness. Now I was in a cover 3, so the defense that I was running had me coming, the safety. This guy's supposed to come in this area, cover the flats. But once I realized that there's nothing there, I see that he's running a little zig or whatever. There's nobody in the flat, so there's no need for me to be over there. I'll go ahead and let William Gay do his thing one-on-one over there. So where's my nearest threat? And here it is. And I might actually save this part of the video. I'm going to go back and record it and maybe send it to the developers. This is the type of stuff that we need. Anticipation. You see how I'm creeping over to Antonio Gates? So therefore, if he throws the ball, it's a chance I get there, maybe not. But right now, before he even throws it, I recognize manually controlling him. Okay, here's my closest threat. Get over there. Safeties don't do that on their own in this game. You know, and when they do it, it's very mechanical. Like, you'll see them do it at certain times. Like, when guys are in a specific, you know, part of their zone, they might do that. But we need to see more anticipation.
Back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Melvin Gordon makes the reception. This is third
Phillip
down.
Rivers didn't know what to do in that scenario. I had that locked up.
It's all about decision making now as they work out of the hurry up offense.
Yeah, it's really up to the quarterback. Make sure to watch the clock.
Good comeback. Good route.
Make sure you get the message for all your teammates.
That's
Great route
reception
right there.
Number 4 for him.
Do the little things right. When you do those right, you get big victories. And doing it right is what this offensive player did that time. Had a chance to get out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a
stop the
marketing
clock,
point,
give his
man. But
offense
best
more
I can tell
chances.
you, if it's not
Really
working,
good
you
job
know, it
by
could be a
the
bug or
player.
something like that.
To the air
But
here on
the
first
marketing
down.
point
And
more so
reception
was
by Stevie
the
Johnson.
fact that penalties work, which they do, in theory. You know, there is definitely pass interference and all that stuff. Now, the frequency in terms of how they're working could be the issue, could be a bug. You know, good point.
Grabbing the face
So, you know,
mask.
I'll
We see
definitely
it
double
almost
check with the
once
guys.
a week, and here it
I'm
happens
sure,
again.
you know,
Well, a lot
I've
of
heard
times
this
these
before. I've
defenders,
seen
I'll
people
give
on
them
OS talk
a
about it.
little slack
You know,
because they're
guys like
running
Rex are
so
always
fast,
on the
they're trying to
forum
tackle
boards.
some tremendous
So I'm sure they
athletes in
know
open
about it, but, you know, I'll
space,
definitely do
and
my due
sometimes
diligence as
accidentally,
well,
you're
check
gonna
into
grab
that,
the face mask.
and make sure they are aware of the situation. Oh, beautiful.
Touchdown.
Woo. Beautiful. Beautiful. Phillip Rivers.
That touchdown appears that it will secure them to halftime lead as the second quarter is
That's something I'm
winding
very
down.
glad
Well,
that
they
they
sure
have
hope it
definitely
does. There's nothing like going in
improved,
at halftime with the lead. You just feel
is
like
the
all
ability,
hard
you know,
work you
that
put
the
into
point
it,
now that
you
the
put it to good
CPU
use.
quarterbacks are more aware. Also another selling point
Floyd
that they mentioned. It's good to see stuff like that. You know, they don't just eat sacks now, and
50 yards receiving.
you know, they use their footwork to some degree and QB avoidance to get away from sacks.
And he's tackled just
Keeping his
past
eyes
the 20.
downfield,
We'll mark it at the
hits the target in the
22-yard
end zone.
line. We've reached halftime, and we'll be sending it back to
Oh, here we go, guys. Oh, wait a minute. I might not be able to do it right now. I meant to show you. All right, I'll pause it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till after the
Larry
kickoff.
Ridley as we continue
Pause it real
with
quick
the
after
NFL
this
on
return and
EA
show you the
Sports.
setting. Some of you guys that may have come in a little late.
And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the
And
19.
of course, since it's on YouTube, this will be archived, so I'll go back and take a look. But here they are. Here are the sliders. Start off on All Pro, which again is my preferred way to play. It has been advised by the developers, letting me know that's the most balanced gameplay. That's why I play there. QB accuracy, I'm going to keep that at 50. Pass blocking at 100, catching at 100, run blocking at 100. This is something I'm going to keep my eyes on. These two as well. I have some further tests that I'm going to do with these, you know, offline to see if my theory is correct. Fumbles, I have it turned down to 25 just to create more fumbles, you know, more happen more often. Reaction time 100. Interceptions, another thing. We're going to keep at 50. You don't want to have guys intercepting the ball all the time or always going for a pick. Pass coverage 100, tackling 100. All right, for the CPU, pretty much the same. Yep, everything here is the same. And like I said, everything in the CPU, I'm definitely going to keep where it is. But catching, again, this is something I'm going to be testing out very shortly. I might bring a video about that today, as well as the run blocking. You know, I want to make sure the run blocking is not overpowered at 100. It doesn't appear to be so far.
The Chargers
But of course, further testing will determine that. But like I explained earlier in the stream, I have a theory as to what these sliders really do. And what they really do is they basically allow, you know, the chances of things to be more often. Not necessarily giving a boost in that area, if that makes sense. So my theory would be if you turn run blocking up to 100, that means that they will attempt to block 100% of the time. But things like ratings should still separate players, and that's what I'm trying to, trying to figure out. And like I said, there's thousands of people who do rosters, and I keep saying rosters. Thousands of people who do sliders. I respect all of them. They do great work, but we all have different theories, so I'm just, testing out mine. And like I said, plays like that right there make me feel comfortable with it. It shows that I'm not going to be successful 100% of the time, even though blocking is on 100. Guys are still going to be able to make tackles and get off of blocks. A lot of things, I hate that right there. Look at how Vic is not lined up by the ball, under the center officially. But guys are still going to make plays. They should. A lot of stuff has been changed with the sliders this year. A lot of corrections and bug fixes and stuff like that. Again, shout out to Clint Oldenburg. And yeah, man, so I think what I'm trying to do is going to work. I just got to keep testing. I've asked guys at EA, and to be honest, some of the guys are new, and these sliders have been in the game from umpteen years. Not everyone knows exactly how they affect things. Like I said, Clint got in there this year and made some changes. So the answer I got from one of the engineers was right along, along the lines of what I'm saying. So that's why I'm doing it this way.
The Chargers lined up in the nickel. First down at the 32. They run the counter play. Going to be a penalty here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And see, you're seeing quite a few penalties here in my game. And I haven't adjusted anything. Only thing I have adjusted, I only have 2 areas adjusted. I have pass interference on 65 and defensive holding on 60. Everything else is default.
Don't grab the face mask.
Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Williams is tackled down. After the play went for 5.
What I'm liking too, man, is you're still seeing guys fight for yards and break tackles, even though tackling is on 100.
It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to.
And for some of you guys who've been following me for a while, that's been one of my theories for a long time, man. Is I know some people feel like when you turn tackling down, you get more of a physical interaction. But I feel like, tackling, I like the tackling at 100. I want guys to attempt tackles or try to be successful 100% of the time. And again, like I said, sliders should just be increasing, how effective things are, not how successful it is, if that makes sense. Ratings should determine how successful one is.
3rd and 5. The catch by Bell. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th
Good
down.
defense.
And partner, with this 3rd quarter coming to an end, this game's been devoid of a whole lot
And guys, we have Josh Scobie still on this roster, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to go for it.
Both of them doing a good job.
Don't trust Scobie. Not even in Madden.
Against the offense.
Oh, and by the way, I have my fatigue on 70. That's why you see guys coming in and out of the game pretty regularly. Oh, pretty awkward catch right there. I think that ball should have been more effective by hitting that guy's helmet. But it is what it is.
They're very calm, and they should be. That first down, they're right in this game. Don't look down the field for that big play. Just keep marching.
Yeah, like I said, I've heard that complaint about online as well, man. So that definitely sounds like something that needs to be looked at. No reason why the penalties shouldn't be, showing up offline, I mean online as well.
The final quarter underway now with this snap. That's a gain of 6.
Because if they're not showing up the way they're supposed to, that's going to really tick a lot of us off in the online league.
That you're going against has discipline. If they don't, draw plays work great.
2nd and 4. Gets it again. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down. He's now over 50 yards rushing on the day.
The Steelers did a good job that time picking up the
ball
first
on the
down.
ground.
Let's look at the situation. You're
Just trying to see how this blocking looks.
You keep looking to pick up those first downs, and you get enough of them. What does it do?
Let me see.
It leads to a score.
Okay, we got matchups right there. So that's key things to look at as well.
1st and 10. They want to keep feeding him the football. And gain maybe 4.
Jim, that's a nice job by the offense.
And like I said, for the user, I might cut that back a little bit. After I play a few games, man, to see if it's whether or not if it's overpowered, then I may cut that back down to default.
Williams is going to secure the handoff.
But it definitely looks like the O-line is getting a lot of push. And it seems like when they're becoming more successful is when they send somebody. Which, arguably you could say that happens in the real NFL.
This will be the 11th play.
A lot of times if you got a hat on a hat, teams are able to run the ball very well. Look at what Justin Forsett did to us Thursday night. Great coverage by Barrett. I'm going to pick on the game a little bit right here, though. Let me see if I can get that replay to trigger. Yeah, so we're gonna go for it here. Why not? I'll pick on the game a little bit right here. Look at Barrett. I guess this is a minor nitpick, but I just hate that right there. I hate that movement. Zip. It's like, and this is not like it's route mirroring or anything, because he doesn't turn until Bryant goes into his, his cut. He makes his cut. But the way they move right there, I just don't like that. We got to get player movement one for one. The true step, that real step technology has to find its way in the game for all players at all times. That's what I need to see. Throw a fade to Bryant if it's open. No, it's not.
Got a flag down here.
It was good coverage. Oh, defensive holding. Haha. We'll take it. So my man that's watching this, you probably pissed off right now because you said, let's go take a look at that. You see all of the penalty that's happening in this game, but like you said, you're not seeing it online. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's very frustrating. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You hold Sammy Coates up, and that's actually one of the guys I was looking at. So we'll take that.
This long drive continues. Time is
all right, Le'Veon, bring it home for us. Where's the matchup? Man, not too good.
1st and goal from the 4. Bells, and he's in for the touchdown.
That's good blocking right there. But see, like I said, man, I may have to cut that down a little bit.
Share of blowouts this season. Isn't it nice to have a game?
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
As this one that's headed down to the finish.
Oh, it's awesome, man. And there's nothing like close games in the NFL.
Well, let me keep my eye on it, though. Because my theory, too, man, is we always talk about user versus CPU. Technically, you're only controlling one player at a time. So really, everything else is CPU. Now, I'm guessing the reason why there's, different slider sets for the player and all that is, I guess, it is based on the success of when I'm controlling the team. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna cut that back down. We gonna keep an eye on that, man. Let's cut this back down to 50. I actually liked it at 50, you know, when the game released and when I was playing it, you know, early in the year before the game released when I was at EA. It felt right at 50. You know, you got runs at times, but it wasn't like you could always break out.
I'm not going to fault the players. I think the coverages that they used in that drive were wrong. They've got to change them this time to give the players a better chance for having some success.
First down at the 23. The give has 12 on this play. 2 minutes remaining, and you're watching.
Keeping the CPU run blocking at 100, I think, would definitely increase and help with the success of the run game by the CPU, which definitely need that. I hate when the CPU run game is just shut down. You know, now if I'm playing good defense, that's a different story, but to just be shut down automatically, I don't like that.
So right into the hurry-up offense they go, into this 2-minute situation.
Yeah, these guys, all these pros, they've been doing this stuff since they were in high school running the 2-minute offense. So I know.
Oh, guys, tighten up now.
Holding on to the timeout. They'll rush back to the line. First down and 10. Scans the field.
Whoa, he's wide open.
Mitchell's in on the tackle.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, quarterback had time, throws it down the field for another.
That was my fault. That defense I called was not good.
On first down following that huge play.
Nor was this one.
Woodhead's tackled down.
All right, so CPU is going to take this game.
The Chargers are going to
Cool. So let me know, guys, man, what y'all thought about the gameplay overall. You know, your thoughts as far as, you know, what I'm trying to do with the slider set and things like that. Try it out for yourself. But, you know, what I'm really trying to do, man, is just trying to get it to, you know, a realistic aspect, so to speak, the best I can.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive.
And it might just be, you know, a few things here and there. You know, maybe CPU rushing might need to be at, you know, but look at that. They're getting crazy blocking too. So there's certain things I got to keep my eye on. You know, maybe I need to keep them both at 50 and just turn up other aspects.
Nice play call, running that football in.
But we'll see. We'll see.
By surprise. And then the other team, they've been working on their 2-minute offense also. This is going to be an exciting finish.
Now, I might go back to what I did originally, man. At one time, I was just playing on default, and the only thing I turned up was pass coverage and reaction time. And I left everything else at 50. And I felt like the game played good, you know, for what it offers, doing that as well. So it's, like I said, man, there's so many different things, so many different sliders, and I still feel like I get some of the same result. So it's hard to say, you know, which set, you know what I'm saying? Love that touch pass, man. Love that touch pass. Could not pull that off in Madden 15. You gotta know when to throw it, though.
Offense back out on the field. First down. Pressure on every snap now.
Let's see if AB can get behind. Oh, got him. There it is. I'm looking at Antonio Brown, but I saw Whedon was winning his matchup. Had to go get him.
It's been an amazing game, and here in the final 2 minutes, the long touchdown pass has all but
and one thing Vic can do is throw a deep ball. He has a cannon.
Was Absolutely magnificent.
No doubt about that.
Gave the quarterback the time. He gets the ball down the field, and they complete the touchdown pass.
These two teams
Yeah,
have been
how would he
battling it
be
out
open like
all
that?
day long,
Yeah,
and now
I
with the
know.
waning minutes, the game is tied.
I'm a
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
it is, and it's-
fan, and they make our
look at
defense
all the
way
big
worse than
plays
in real
we've had
life.
here so far
They
today.
do, man.
And I think just in the waning
Hey,
moments,
it's a
we're
tough.
going to
That's
see
the
one
thing,
more
man.
big play that's
I
gonna
can't
decide
wait
this game.
until Madden. You know, we have to say Madden because it's really the only football game currently.
Jones on the return.
But these football games, they got to get to a point where it truly replicates
25-yard line.
behavior. You know, like what was advertised when they talked about the Infinity Engine back from Madden 25. Not the Infinity Engine, I'm sorry, the Ignite Engine.
Jim, on the offensive
It has
side,
to truly
everything is clicking.
do
The
what they
quarterback
said.
got
It
the
has
offensive
to
line doing an
replicate
awesome job. Receivers
human-like
getting open,
behavior.
running backs running hard.
And until they start getting behaviors in the game,
That's a gain of 7.
it's going to be tough, man.
6 yards a carry
You know, it's going to be
today.
tough to pull off what we wanted to pull off.
Not gonna use
I
the
think it can
timeout
be
here
done,
as
though.
they rush
I
back
really
to
do.
the line.
You just got to program behaviors. I mean, they had the idea when they had those weapons and all that in the game. You know, that was the start of it right there. And, you know, the traits. That's really the start right there. If they expound, you know, oh, nice way to come back to the ball right there. I like how he caught that. If they expand what they have going with those traits, then I think we'll have something. But along with that is the AI and everything has to, you know, it has to be up to par. It has to, you know, compensate what they're doing. So we'll see, man. They got to get it to that point, though. Like I said, it can be done because other games have done it. You know, a lot of people didn't play Backbreaker for an extended amount of time, but Backbreaker, that was where they excelled. Of course, they had the physics, but they also had those player behaviors. You know, that's what was one of the main things that they talked about is allowing players to behave a certain way. Program behaviors in the game and then just let the game play itself. And they had that. You would notice even like if you burned a corner a couple times, you would notice the corner would start cheating on his own. You know, cheating inside or whatever. But like I said, for people who didn't play that game for an extended amount of time, they didn't know all of that. That game was brilliant as far as how the players behaved. The AI in that game was crazy. So it can be done. And like I said, you know, Madden is kind of dibbling and dabbling with it right now with the traits. They need to expand on that, and they need to build it out like how they were doing with the weapons in 08. And once they get those behaviors like that, players acting a certain way, you know, then we'll start to see, you know, some real dynamic gameplay. Because like you know, like I've always stated, being a little biased, of course, as a Steelers fan, you know, how do you replicate Troy Polamalu and the things that he would just do on the fly? The way that you replicate that is you have to program those behaviors for his character. You know, let's just say if he was still in the game, and he would be a type guy that might pull off something like that versus somebody else couldn't do it. You know, since I got pretty much sacked on that play, let's take a look at it and see what that pocket looked like. This is with pass protection at 100, and look at this. He just beats his man. Even though that is the tight end, I believe he was trying to block Chip for a moment and then roll out, but still, man on man, he still was able to come around. Bam. Yeah, it's gonna work for him winging there, guys. Apologize for that.
Michael Vick will be under center. 2nd down and 10. Looking at every option.
I basically just threw that one away.
Well, when you get in a situation like this, Jim, and you get 3rd and long, I'll tell you what catches a defense by surprise. Run a double move on the outside against the defensive back, because everybody in the stands and the defensive players all think you're going to throw it short.
I held the ball way too long right there. I should have got it off. and I was doing some other things, looking at my work phone and stuff like that. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is, man. Y'all know how things happen in the live stream.
Surveys. Interception by
Great reaction by the safety right there. So if you notice, guys, let's take a look at that real quick. And I'm gonna basically cut this stream short. Need to get back to work, but let's take a look at Weddle. Now, if you notice, I did a double tap on the button, you know, so he would throw a touch pass. I love the way Weddle reacted to the play. See, look, this is what we need more of. Now, it's not the prettiest, so once again, player movement needs to improve. But I like the fact that he's all is going. But look at this. What is that? See, this is what I'm talking about. Boom, run for the ball. Why does it make him do that right there and back off of it? That's what I'm talking about, man. It's like the animations and the AI is like so chained together. You know what I mean? And then it makes him do this, climb the ladder and get the ball. So I don't know, man. Those things have to be improved. I don't know how many times I can say it. It needs to flow freely. Animation and interaction should not be tied to the situation. Let it play out. Let it play out on its own.
Good job by the defense.
I don't want to see forced animations. I don't want to see two-man sequences. I want everything to be independent of each other and just let it happen. If the player is in position, he makes the play. If he's not, he doesn't. It's just that simple.
Second down and 13. Melvin Gordon makes the
and I'm using the line right now, guys, you know, just to show you, well, test as well, because I don't know 100% yet, but just to see if we're able to get decent pressure with pass, you know, coverage being up to 100.
And make sure you're able to come up and make the tackle short of the first down marker.
Third down and 10. Throws the pass.
A great catch.
Offense can't be stopped on third down, no matter the distance.
All right, come on and win this game, San Diego, so we can try to get back to work here.
That is a confidence booster to all
Let's see,
the
let's
players
use
on the
to it.
side and also the head coach, and maybe most importantly, the offensive coordinator. Now he can just let it go.
And it's on target to Stevie Johnson. Just 2 minutes left in this one now. Back in a moment.
Just running basic plays here.
Welcome back, and we're coming out of
Pay
the
attention
2-minute
to the
warning.
line. See if we're able to get any kind of pressure.
The Chargers from the 22, looking for some
Good
daylight
running.
up the middle. Gordon's met after a gain of 8. He's now over
I don't know, man. I
50
think
yards rushing on the day.
at 100, it might be where exactly where I want it, man. We're gonna see. Oh, they attempted to kick now, so I ain't gonna be able to get more tries at it. But what I've noticed, and I've played with the pass protection and stuff being on 100 for the CPU before, you will still get in, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't be where you're getting pressure and sacking the guys the whole time. It should be more of a struggle. So we'll see, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll continue to do more testing. And yeah, definitely let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back at you pretty soon. Peace.